Good Sunday afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. While America is absolutely asleep at the wheel, mumbling about politics, I am wide awake. I am amazing, and I'm your planetary defense commander, Star-Lord New Thor 7, the T. You can call me whatever you want, though, because a big, beautiful set of boobs called by any other name is still a big, beautiful set of boobs. All right, we have 8 cyclonic and hurricane disturbances in the Pacific and the Atlantic. And your government has handed you a sucker for like a week saying you ain't got nothing to worry about. None of these are going to be a problem. I'm like, oh, shit. Leslie reminds me of a lot of bad dreams. Kirk reminds me exactly of Hurricane Florence, where I'm almost convinced Kirk is going to hit the United States. I'm like 99.9% sure Kirk's going to hit the United States. They're even doing that like head fake, because one of the reasons you guys have continued to send me money, contributions, and donations is because I am so incredibly awesome and accurate. I want to remind you that, like, on Florence, up until 5 days, all the models were like, and then Florence is just going like that. And I was like, oh, no. No, no, no. And so they're doing the same thing with Kirk. So you got like Kirk and Leslie and 11 and Invest up your butt, Joe Boo. And so, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Did I just take one off the board? Nope. And that one. So yeah, 1, 2, 3. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Some people might be like, I don't like the way you deliver your information. Do I look like I give a shit? You know? I do a great job, and that's all that matters. How people perceive it or take it in, it don't matter to me, man. Everybody's angry all the time, and social media has made everyone an expert at everything. So, just by people having a social media account, it makes them as accurate at hurricanes as I am. So yeah, we're looking at 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That one's a monster. I was trying to figure out, does anybody know how many typhoons have hitten? I'd like to be hitting that, baby. Does anybody know how many typhoons have hitten the Pacific lands, like whether it be Japan or China this year? I'd really like to know, because I bet if you took that number and divided it in half, you'd get a good estimate of how many hurricanes we're going to get hit by. I'm 99% sure, or 97% sure, we're going to get hit by another hurricane in the United States of America again this year. And we could get hit by 4 total, maybe 5. Worst case scenario. But I'm still sticking with my guess at 3. You know? So yeah, I forgot to count, but we're watching 8. Look at that thing, man. We're definitely at 8. We're watching 8. And that is Kirk, man. Kirk just looks nasty. Yeah, I called Florence from the moment she started spinning off Africa, and the same thing with Kirk. Kirk is just Florence Redux. Now, I'm not saying Kirk is going to hit South and North Carolina. I don't know exactly where Kirk's going to go. I think Kirk could go low, but then Kirk could swing up to the East Coast. Because remember, Mother Nature, I said this 8 months ago, that maybe 7, because we saw we saw 4 nor'easters hit the East Coast in the winter. And because of that, we could see 3 or 4 hurricanes hit the East Coast this year. because Mother Nature has been picking on the East Coast regardless of season. And technically, I saw this coming 5 years ago. That's why I keep calling for all Americans and all people of Earth to unite to adapt to these Earth weather changes. See, we just got tons of shit going on. So, of course, everybody's talking about a Supreme Court nominee and an accusation of what happened 46 years ago. You know, like the United States got hit by Hurricane Harvey August 17th, 14 fatalities. Hurricane Irma, the 30th, 134 fatalities. Hurricane Maria, the 16th, 3,057 fatalities. Hurricane Florence, September 13th. We don't have a casualty count yet. And we've been hit by 4 hurricanes in 13 months. And we've literally gotten worse. Not us, not Asteroid Fight Club, not the Astonishers. We are amazing. I'm saying overall as a nation and as a collective consciousness, we've gotten worse in our attitude, in our awareness, and our preparation for hurricanes. How does that happen, man? We're definitely in a bizarro world where civilization is retrograding. But just as I saw all these hurricanes hitting last year and this year, I see us eventually making it through this really, really shitty point into somewhere way better. So that's the good news. Now, the bad news is, see this right here? This is, look like it's headed directly for Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina. And it technically looks like it's the same system as the giant one that is in the Atlantic. And so this already has the moisture of a hurricane. And I noticed on social media, people are like, I think it's Invest 11, 98. I hate when they give them dumb names. People were like, it could become a tropical storm or a tropical depression. I was like, yeah, well, this one says it could become a hurricane. And they're like, well, that's only one model. And you're saying, I'm like, well, you said could. So we're talking about what could happen. So this shows this could happen. And I ain't trying to scare anybody in North Carolina. A lot of good people there. I have family in North South Carolina. So I'm just saying, I don't know. I was like, I hit a weird point yesterday where it seems like no matter how good I do, I'm just pushing on a string. And it feels like the super rich people know what's going on and they're just waiting to let us all die. But, you know, we all have mood swings. And you guys being Thor News aficionados know that I have my ups and my downs. And because I'm your planetary defense commander and talk to you almost every day, you're going to have to deal with my mood swings as I do, if you want to hang out with me. I'm like your boyfriend, baby. Although we never get to do it. And that makes me sad. Okay, so you got, you know, like I do so much badass science. That's why science hates me so much. Because I do it with like nickels and sticks. Speaking of that, if you're thinking, man, you know what, Thor News has kicked so much ass, I should reward him. I will leave my PayPal link in the box. That's too thick. That is not what she said. Oh no. I'm going to be disqualified from some great job 4 years from now because of that joke. Okay, so as you can see, Mother Nature is trying to reconnect this atmospheric river I've been talking about for months. And the atmospheric river continues to coat out the Gulf Coast all the way through. You got major flooding problems, people. And then my doom signal here is the doomiest it's been. The weird thing about Chile. That's the biggest I've ever seen it. I don't know why that thing correlates with weird weather. Kind of like your face. Let's check river flooding levels. And I'm done. I mean, I got so much to talk about. I got to get in a better mood. I'm definitely got to get in a better mood. Anybody want to guess how many rivers are flooding? I don't trust this thing at all. 108. It just blows my mind how we've been hit by 4 hurricanes in 13 months. We have 108 rivers flooding from the Great Lakes to Texas to the East Coast. And the only thing people give a shit about is a Supreme Court Justice nominee. What happened in this stupid world? Anyway, I'm going to try and cheer up. If not, I'm going to start drinking. So that's exciting. I haven't been drunk that much. I think I've drank maybe 2 times in the last month. But that number always goes up during hurricane season. If it bothers you, well, then you should probably leave and never come back. Okay? Sounds good. I love you. Stay cool.